Welcome back, leaders, kings, and queens. Zachary Gale here. Hope everybody's having a great day, like always. I just wanted to start the video off by saying thank you to everybody who subscribed to me so far. I'm well past my first 100 subscribers, and I haven't said thank you yet or anything like that. So thank you. And if you are new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment on videos you'd like to see, and turn the bell notification on. I will have 3 or 4 videos every week I'm shooting for. Let's get into it. To focus more on yourself. These are some things that you can do that I do as well. So, one of the biggest distractions that I have for myself is probably my phone. So, while you're focusing on whatever you want to do, whether you want to focus on yourself, your personal growth, you want to focus on homework, work, your job, your side hustle, whatever it is, I personally like to put my phone on Do Not Disturb, as well as put it in the other room if possible, or just not look at it. Because when I'm trying or attempting to do something and my phone's by me, or I'm trying to do something on my phone, I know that my purpose is not to go through social media A, social media B, then social media C, then circle back around and do the same thing on almost like an infinite loop. So put your phone away. That's one of the biggest things that's a distraction for a lot of people. And I think that's one of the most obvious. Along with that, you want to keep your workspace and work environment clean. You don't want to have a bunch of stuff that's easily accessible for you to jack around with while you're attempting to get stuff done. And when people have lots of stuff that they can fiddle with or mess around with, it takes away lots of time from what you're actually focusing on. So keep the bare necessities. If you're working on homework, math homework, keep a calculator, pencil, an eraser, notebook. If you're working on your work, keep your laptop or your spreadsheets or whatever you're working on in front of you. Again, these are really general things, but it's something that if you focus on the finer points of these things, that you will really start to see improvement. So the first thing is limit your distractions. Or if somebody else is distracting you, if you're trying to study, if you're trying to get work done, you're trying to work on your side hustle, if somebody's just distracting you, just be straight up with them. Be like, hey, I'm working on this. Like, I'm going to have a break here soon and I will talk to you then. Or can we talk about this later? Or, hey, I need to get this done right now. Can you please allow me to work on this right now? We can talk about this later. The second thing to focus on whatever you're doing or to focus on yourself more is to be conscious about your thoughts. Now, let's just say, for example, I am going on a walk and I'm in the forest somewhere. I could be somewhere else in my mind. Your body doesn't know the difference between what you're seeing and what you're visualizing in your mind. So imagine right now you're going on this walk with me in a nature scene. You feel the crisp air. You can feel I know it's winter right now, but let's just pretend it's a nicer time of the year, or winter if you want. But because it's all up to you because you have free will. So you're going on a walk in a nice setting and you enjoy everything about this walk. Your body doesn't know if you're actually going on this walk right now or if it's just a visualization in your mind. It reacts the same way. So what you focus on, what you give energy to, is where that energy goes. And where your energy goes, that's what your focus is on. So what I try to do is every single hour, or as frequently as I can think about it, I attempt to think about what I'm thinking in that moment. I try to be conscious in that moment, present in the moment. And right now, I've been holding up a pen for about 15 seconds or so. Can't see that if you're listening to the audio version of this. But if you're watching this in video form, you're probably like, why is he holding that pen? Your focus shifted to the pen instead of focusing on the words that are coming out of my mouth. And in doing so, you started getting sidetracked from the actual objective of listening to this podcast or listening to this video was. So you want to be conscious of your thoughts and you want to ask yourself, are these thoughts serving the purpose of what I am trying to accomplish right now? Are your thoughts and your motivation behind having those thoughts helping you achieve your goal of what you're trying to accomplish? And with having more focus, you have to either meditate, pray, whatever you call it. You need to have the ability to allow thoughts and allow visualizations to come into your mind and allow them to be there and sit and not focus on them. While people try to focus on lots of things that they're trying to get done, this is a very general video. I'll have more specifics and more audio here on more specific things like on yourself mainly. But the purpose that we all can work on is that we have very common thoughts. We have about 50,000 thoughts a day, and a lot of those are we have unconsciously. If throughout the whole entire day I have to cram for an exam, I need to get this thing done for my side hustle, for my job, I'm going to focus on it and try and get it done. A lot of people procrastinate, myself included, but what that does is that in those procrastination times, when you are attempting to finish what you want to do, it seems like you have a lot more distractions. That's why the first point was to limit your distractions. The second point is to be conscious of your thoughts. Now, if I'm working on something, you should not only not be on your phone, like I've already brought up, but you should be aware of what you're thinking about, because you don't need to be thinking about your spouse, significant other, some person you were talking to recently, something that happened recently. You don't need to think about the events and scenarios that don't pertain to what you're actually doing. You don't need to be in the future, in the past. Something I personally struggle with is I like to think about the future a lot, and in doing so, when I'm working on something, I'll be like, oh, what's the final product gonna look like? Then I'll think about like all these different things that come along with thinking about the future, and I need to remind myself, like, wait a minute, I'm in the present moment. That's not actually happening, and that's stuff I cannot predict. The third point on how to stay focused is you need to have goals for why you're focusing. You got to ask yourself, why do I need to focus right now? Is it a deadline you're trying to hit? Is it some sort of side hustle you're trying to enhance? Is it some sort of physical matter you need to attend to? Is it some sort of material thing you're trying to achieve? Whatever it may be, whatever under the sun it may be, you need to have goals for your focus. Not only do you need to have goals for your focus, you need to have a goal as to why you're trying to focus. So let's say whatever you're doing, you need to take breaks. You need to give your mind a break so it doesn't overload. For every 45 minutes of work, you should have a 10 to 15 minute break. Let's say you have about 2 hours worth of work you have to do. 2 hours you have to really, really focus on and get something done. You need to make sure you take breaks in between. Work hard for 45 minutes, take a 15-minute break, and then get back at it. Or work hard for 30 minutes, take a 5 to 10-minute break, and then get back at it. So that way you can focus. When you're taking a break, don't be at your work area. Don't be at where you're getting whatever you need to do, get it done. Take a quick break, hop up, maybe be on your phone a little bit, maybe take a short walk if that allows you to, maybe get some water. Make sure you're hydrated and you have a little snack. While you're hungry and you're parched, those are things that really kill your focus. You need to be at your top game when you need to focus now. And I briefly talked a moment about your goal setting. So if you're trying to get something done in the present, you ask yourself why. Why is this a goal? What's your specific goal you're trying to get done? Is this measurable? Is there certain things that you can measure your success getting towards this goal? Is this even achievable? Is it realistic? And what's the time you want to take to get this done? What is an acceptable amount of time to get it done? And it's okay if you don't reach your goal. If you have a super high goal that's all the way up at the ceiling, and you put a lot of work in, you keep on putting time in, throughout the time you fall short, it's a lot better than you're not trying at all and being at the very bare minimum. If reach for the stars, if you still fail to reach your goal and you're not getting it done, then that's a lot better than not trying at all. You learn from failures too. It's okay to lose focus. It's okay, it's perfectly okay to get distracted, but learn from those distractions. Be conscious of what's distracting you. If you have a cute little cuddly animal and they're in your room or in your workspace, work environment, you need to make sure that you don't allow them to distract you for long. Put them in the other room or go to a place where they won't bother you for the period while you're trying to get your focus done. And this goes hand in hand with what you're focusing on, where your focus, your energy goes. If you are constantly trying to pet, cuddly animal one, and while you're trying to focus on what's important in the moment, that will be very detrimental to your progress. When you are attempting to have very, very good focus, not only do you need to be in your head, you need to be in the moment, but you need to be clear of the distractions. So to summarize up my tips on how to be more focused, the 3 of them are: limit your distractions such as your phone, your workspace, and other people, whether they're human or non-human, whether they're cute animals or a cute person, or whatever the case may be. Limit your distractions and set yourself up for success. You don't need to be in an environment where you are being distracted by all these different things. The second is to be conscious of your thoughts. You can't focus on another person or an animal or things in your workspace or your phone and be productive. The third is to remember your goals. Why do you need to focus and why this is even important? So thank you everybody so much for watching this video. Comment down below what you thought. Comment your favorite tip of mine as well as what I should do a video on next. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Have a great day.